What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day, or not, depending on where you're at, but I hope it's awesome. And yes, we're back at today to talk more about some crypto. I am on a little bit early today because we got a lot of things going on here with just today. My kids' birthdays. I'm going to be volunteering at their school today. Yeah, just a lot of that kind of stuff. So I'm making a little bit early to talk about crypto, talk about where we're at. Yesterday was insane, absolutely insane day for crypto. I mean, the market sell-off was crazy. I mean, we're talking $1.1 billion liquidated in the last 24 hours. It's been quite the ride, I'll be honest with you. I mean, yesterday was a really, really good day in terms of money making for anyone who shorted the market. You know, I obviously was shorting the market. We talked about shorting the market for well over almost 2 weeks now going into this week. It just so happened that the whole Israel-Iran thing kind of influenced a lot of this market takeover. We were on a downward trend anyways. So the markets were telling us to short the markets. It just got literally, a rocket got lit off, below us and just took off. It actually we went down. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. It just was crazy. Yesterday was a crazy thing. Made really, really good money. Now, again, today I'm being a little bit of a degenerate today when it comes to some of these long positions. Solana's working out. I put a nice little long margin trade on that, doing well. I did put a pretty degen play with HBAR on a long right there, down just a little bit on that one. And XRP, down maybe like $20 or something like that on my long. So we'll see how today comes out. Like I said, there's definitely some gaps that need to be filled here in the last 12 hours, in the next 12 hours. And that's kind of what I'm playing for. I'm playing for this 12-hour window of longs before maybe making the next decision, and realize all these positions right now are, you're kind of gambling against the indicators. The indicators are mixed. I mean, when we have that big of a fallout, indicators are really hard to follow. So just beware of that when you jump into these. It could go one way or the other. I mean, you really are trying to just use your indicators as a judgment call. But right now, I mean, the indicators out there are saying to short the market. However, there are windows of opportunities to long the market and make some money there, which is what we're trying to do here. But we'll see how today plays out. We'll see what goes on here. Just make sure that you put stop losses in to cover your bets so you don't lose too much, and or, again, don't lose out on your profits. So that's what I got to give you guys today. Before I jump into everything else, I want to say what's up to everyone here in the chat. We got Christopher in the house here. What's up, man? We got Paul in the house here. We got Travis, Inca, 808 Mimis, Joshua. What's going on, man? Crypto Joel. What's up, man? Crypto Keeper. Got Andrew B in the house here. Maui, what's up, man? Eden Gardening, what's going on? Tobias, Hellbent. Good to see you guys. Ortis, Rodek, what's up, man? I made more off Circle than I have all year off crypto. Wow, dude, that's pretty badass. You're talking about on the IPO purchasing. That's pretty cool to hear. Where millionaires are waiting on regulation. Yeah, heck yeah, dude. You don't say. What's up, man? We got Chad in the house here. What's up? Good to see you guys. We got Triple D. What's up, Triple D? Good to see you, man. So yeah, markets have been looking pretty crazy. Let's pull up the chat. Let's pull up the charts here. I wanted to show you guys. This is what it's been like so far here. You can see. I mean, the liquidations are insane. Look at the 24-hour chart right now. I mean, we're talking $1.11 billion. Over almost that whole billion is actually longs. Look at that, dude. 970 million longs have been absolutely destroyed. 137 million in shorts. And you can see right here over the course of this, I mean, it's just ramped up. Now you can start to see where shorts are going to get wrecked here because, obviously the markets are bouncing back here. This is actually a good indicator right here. These two indicators right here, at least over the next hour to 4 hour. And even going into the 12-hour, which I said is a 12-hour window where shorts, longs could take out the shorts, and that's kind of what you're playing. That's kind of what you're hedging on here. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But that's some one indicator that you're looking at when you're trying to do some of this. So that's that. You can see right now the markets are down. Obviously, the whole Iran-Israel thing is kind of crazy. We don't know what that's going to do for the United States. We don't know what it's going to do for our markets. I mean, we do know that markets react pretty heavily to stuff like this. You can see right now that the Dow is down roughly 408 points, S&P down only 26, which is kind of crazy, and then NASDAQ only 101 points, which is not that bad. But overall, that there's just so much uncertainty out there all of a sudden. We thought we were on a nice little game plan of what we were going to do and how we were going to do it, and it was actually a nice, easy map to follow. And then, boom, dude, it was instant just drop out market collapse. And I mean, that's kind of what we see over here. I mean, even Bitcoin, right, back down to 103, which is what we said. I mean, go back to last week. I mean, we were talking about this hitting these levels. I mean, that's exactly what happened. I mean, Bitcoin hit 210, hit 209, 208. We were saying 210 from the get-go. I mean, we go back and look, 210 was the marker we put in there, dude. Look at that. we hit perfectly, dude. All of our positions hit perfectly on XRP. Look at that, dude. 209. It went all the way down to 208, but our marker was 210. And this bounce, so that's where, I mean, when you look at this bounce back, I mean, we could be playing between 210 and, right here between, 213 and 210. That could be our little area of, playing around. Hopefully, if we're right here on the 213, we don't go below that, which again, you can already start to see on the 4 hour. We're working our way up on the 4 hour. We just created a new 4 hour. We're already working our way back up from the 4 hour. We could do something like this right here, where we work our way back out of this hole and then come back down. I mean, there's a lot of variables here, but I mean, this next 4 hours is going to probably be a decent 4 hour window. That's kind of what you're hoping for, at least. 12 hour again doesn't come out till 5 o'clock, but we're already, look at this, dude. We're already down here, sitting here at 2.4. Things are looking good. I mean, we're now resetted, right? We've reset. Usually we spend about roughly 5 days down here with the 12, in the 12-hour marker. About 5 days is roughly the window between when it goes past the 20 to where it actually starts to climb back out. We're talking anywhere from 3 to 5 days. And so prepare now that we're down here. We'll probably be in this area of like trading sideways or going down for another 3 to 5 days, which puts us into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which is exactly what we said when you wanted to actually input some pretty good longs. Again, anytime you enter into the market right now, it's super risky. There's no indicator saying what's going on. I mean, it's just literally, it's like been obliterated. So we have to wait like at least 24 to 48 hours to really get a good idea of where these indicators are telling us to go. But we do know now that the 12-hour chart is down here on the bottom on the RSI, which is a really good indicator that we have another chance to rally. We know going into next week that there's a potential for a massive rate cut, which could be great, right? Whether that rate cut comes through or not, I don't know. But we do know that that's on the table. And when that does happen, things could actually do pretty well. We do know that the big, beautiful bill is out there. If that actually passes, dude, just imagine what that will do to the markets, regardless of Israel and Iran, just regardless of all that, right? So a lot of good things are showing up here. The day chart's resetting here. This is the only indicator right now that's like kind of iffy right now. So last time you can see over here that we hit down and we actually went just a little bit below this 50 marker and had a bounce back was right here where we did a double top here. And this thing actually took us to all-time highs in the cycle at $3.39 for XRP, $3.40. So be prepared for something. We're on the same exact time frame. Look at this, dude. We're on the same exact level we were over here that we are right here. This is this one right here. I just want to point this out. This one right here and this one right here are in almost the exact same style, right? I mean, and again, something to watch out for, right? We hit almost the exact same levels at the top up here. We've got to monitor this 50% marker and see if we bounce back off it. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm kind of hoping that we bounce off of this and we get back up to these levels. Like we do another nice little run off of whatever is going to be coming up here. Like that's what I'm hoping for. Again, just put that in the back of your mind, store that in the back of your mind. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. Just something to consider when looking at charts. We have to really monitor this 50 mark. So this next move won't come out until tomorrow. We'll have another we'll have another move on this day chart on the RSI to really go, okay, where are we bouncing back? And that's where I'm hoping that at least here in the next 12 hour, we start to actually bounce back a little bit here. And then the 4 hour, we're already starting to bounce back right here. So I'm kind of hoping that we start to actually, bounce back just slightly to be able to create that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I think that we're setting ourselves up in a pretty good spot. You know what I mean? I think we're in a pretty good spot right now. Again, I'm only, I'm risking some money, having some fun, but I'll be going definitely all in once these indicators line up for me. And I feel pretty certain that we have a good chance to win the trade nicely. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. You don't need charts. Israel attacked Iran, so it crashed. Well, I mean, I agree with you, tackle view, but I think we were already shorting the market, when the indicators were telling us to short the market. I just think that fueled profits. I mean, I think that the Iran-Israel thing fueled the profits. I mean, we were already in the profits from shorting, and it was just like, boom, this attack happened, and it literally like reset all the indicators. And on top of that, I mean, it basically like skyrocketed profits on shorts. That's basically what happened. I think we're going to go down tomorrow. With all the planned protests and chaos tomorrow, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I think when things are planned and you're prepared for it, like people are already like, okay, it's going to happen. So it's like, with the Israel-Iran thing, I mean, no one knew that was going to happen. So it's like kind of, it is what it is. But let's see here. Thank goodness we were shorting when the tax happened. If we were in longs, we would have been crushed. Yeah, but nothing, none of the indicators were telling us to long. Like it wasn't telling me. So you guys know, I was literally trading off indicators. Indicators were telling us to short the markets. I mean, we were shorting the market for well over a week, and that's because the indicators were telling us. So like, yeah, we could have had it could have been opposite, right? We could have had the big, beautiful bill signed. We could have had all the ETFs drop yesterday and all the shorts would have been obliterated. So yeah, there's some of those out there where we could play the what if game. But I mean, indicators were telling us to short. We shorted. We made money. Now we're waiting for indicators to tell us to long because everything got literally reset down here at the bottom. And now that a lot of these things are at the bottom, we do know that they're going to work their way back up. And if you look at the 4-hour here, every time this thing actually works its way back up to the top, we're in profits, right? We're in profits on those things. Anytime this goes back up, we're in profits. So you know that eventually this 4-hour, it might do like something like this where it has a little hiccup, comes down, hiccup, and then bounces back up. So you got to prepare for like this. This cycle right here is kind of what's going to get people caught. Is this little cycle you see right here? You can see where it comes up, it hits. Let me get batch out of here. You can see right here on this chart right here where this thing comes up and comes back down right here. Let me circle that for you guys right here. You see that one? You just got to be prepared for that to happen here. Because what happens is it goes up and then it came down and then came up and then came down. So like you got to be really prepared for these because when it comes back down, it's going to be it's actually going to be a lower high right here. Boom, look at that. And then it comes down lower. So those are just things to consider. But nonetheless, when this thing starts to go off, you're going to make profits because you long the position. Because you long the position when we watch this thing go up. So that's kind of, I'm kind of riding this next level, just this little 12-hour window right here, which is about another about another 8 hours. I'm just riding an 8-hour, 12-hour window of opportunity. And then after that, it's time to dip out. Right. I mean, that's kind of my plan anyway. So we'll have to sort of see how it all works out in the end here. But that's the game that we play right now. You can see right now the H bar is doing really well. I put an H bar play in. I told you guys H bar is I'm up about 12% on H bar right now. I put a pretty big one in on that. Then we go over here to the perpetual future side. You can see I'm up on my Solana play. I'm up $309. I'm up 106% on my Solana play. The short that I put out there this morning, I'm $3 down on my XRP short that I put in, or my XRP long. These are longs positions. And again, I'm playing a 12-hour window. I'm not playing any more than that because of the riskiness of the market, right? So anyone that jumped in on this Solana short right here should be up about $300 or should be up, 100% on their long position right there. Austin, price prediction by the end of the year for which one, dude? Can you long and short on Coinbase? No, hopefully here in the US, they're going to be dropping. They just announced, when did they announce that? Yesterday, right? I think I actually posted on that. Let's go look. I think I just posted on that. They didn't say exactly when it was going to come out exactly, but they did say that they were going to right here. Coinbase to launch perpetual future trade in the US later this year. So that's perpetual trading is what we're doing right here on BTCC. This is perpetual trade. So Coinbase does it by contract like you would on the stock exchange, which is not really friendly. It's not user friendly for margin trading. To be honest with you, it's kind of annoying. So we haven't really done a whole lot of that on the channel. Then we got onto BTCC here, which has been phenomenal for us. And so glad that I jumped on board with it because it's been great. So this is where we've been doing our perpetuals. They have really low fees. And, later this year, Coinbase will be doing this. So Austin, you becoming a day trader? I mean, I've always done the day trading stuff. I just never shared it with anyone. I've never shared my stuff with a whole lot of people. Like I would talk about I'll enter in positions. We're buying here, we're buying there. I was buying. I just never really shared a whole lot with people. And because I think a lot of it was I didn't want people to follow my trades and get hurt. And at the same time, I didn't share any of it with anyone because I just felt like it was kind of it's like you're gloating, dude. I don't know. It's not my style, but people really asked me to do it. So I did it and I'm doing it. And like I said, I even feel bad posting my wins because I feel like I didn't even read the room the other day, dude, when we had an A-teamer who lost like $10,000 and I'm out here like, yeah, we won, dude. We just killed this, I didn't even read the room. And it's like, oh man, I felt like such a jerk, you know what I mean? Because here I am gloating about a win and this guy's talking about, losing. And I was just like, oh man. So I don't know. I guess I have to get over that hump. The A team in the Discord asked for it. So I decided what the hell, why not do it? So here I am. XRP, what is your price prediction for XRP by end of year? I said 701. 701's been my number, too fast to handle. 701 has kind of been my number. We'll see if it happens. Crash happened because of the war in Iran, and probably in the next couple of days. Well, we're already, I would agree that downturn definitely happened because of that. But we were already in it. We were already, over purchased in the market. I hate to be, it always logs me out every time I have trades in and takes too long to log back in. Oh, really? That's kind of weird. I never get logged out of my, I wonder if there's a setting in there. You can, yeah, dude, I think there's a setting when you first signed up, Paul, when you first signed up, it asks you to stay logged in. There's a little thing, there's a little check mark that says stay logged in. So go into your home settings up there, up to the top up here. And I think in your settings up here where it says your security settings, there is a section in here where you could say device management or not device management. I don't know exactly, or maybe it's mobile or something like that, but you can go in there and you can actually you can select to keep it open. It's like, because like Coinbase does the same thing. Coinbase asks you to, they'll log you out every time unless you ask it to be left open. And then I do the same thing. So just double checking. These are long positions. These are long positions. Yeah, I put in longs today. So, and look, XRP is back in the long position. Let's see, where's my H bar now? So these are just a window, right? I'm not doing this. We'll see how this works out, but I mean, this is just a window. So my H bar is up $76, $300 up on my Solana, and about, what is it, $10 up on my other one. So as much as this can go up, it can come back down. Austin, we envy you because you live in a state where weeds is legal. Got any good moon? Dude, it is pretty crazy. I have that setting clicked and still does on the mobile app. That's wild, Paul. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. So that would suck. I would agree with you. That would be kind of annoying. I would be pretty annoyed as well. So I don't know, maybe I guess maybe I could say maybe restart the app, maybe delete the app, reinstall it, sign back in and do the whole process again. But I don't know. I'm not a Wi-Fi or a tech guru guy. That's something I would probably do. Austin, what is your exit? Yeah, I just read that. Perpetual futures coming to US. Yeah, it's coming soon, dude. Can you long and short on Coinbase? Yeah, I just read that. No, you can't. Not yet. Well, you can. It's just through contracts, and it's kind of lame. I sold my bag before the dump. Did you really, dude? Oh, dang. It's okay. It happens. It happens, dude. Been a while since I was here. Oh, it's good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Austin, do you believe that June 15 superstition that crypto goes up on this day? It's going to be interesting to sort of see. One positive thing out here is this. This is what we got going on. Very interesting to sort of see how this plays out. So right here is the upcoming digital asset spot ETF decisions and their 2025 approval odds. So pretty good odds when you start to really think about this, dude. XRP, Litecoin, and Solana rank the highest right now in a 90% approval. Oh, sorry. They rank the highest. So it's actually an index. It's an index, a basket or an index of funds. Then you have Litecoin and Solana. And these are most likely to be approved later. This is his final SEC decision in 2020. It'll be October of 2025. So some of these are pretty far out there. H bar is down here on 11/11 of 2025, and that's likely a yes at 80%. So although these are like acknowledgments, and then there's the final deadlines of these. So we do know that coming up here on June 17th, there's going to be a push forward on like the acceptance of it. But again, their deadlines aren't until later this year. So it'll be interesting to sort of see when this happens. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen at some point. But you can see right here, these are really likely to look good. You can see right now, Sui is the only one. Sui and Tron are the two down here that are listed as potential no for regulated futures, which is kind of crazy. And then it says, does SEC currently view as a commodity? And it's unknown. So, but the other ones you can see are actually viewed as commodities across the board by the SEC. Like this is a really good chart right here if you want to follow this. And it's nice because there's a really good shot at a lot of these getting approved later this year. I've already said that I think that going into October, November, December is going to be when we hit the top of the bull market. That's when things are going to blow up, dude. That's when we're going to see a 701 XRP potentially. That's when we're going to see a 250 plus Bitcoin. Like that's when the markets are really going to rip. So that's just my personal opinion. And you can see right here, the ETFs are going to be one of the biggest fuels to that because that was one of the biggest fuels to Ethereum and the biggest fuel to Bitcoin. Bitcoin would not be where it's at today, I think, if it wasn't for ETF and the institutional money coming in. Yeah, Sui did get crushed yesterday, big time. A lot of these are going to claw their way back. Like I said, I mean, you're going to have your ups and downs today. Like I said, look at this, dude. I'm already down 26, $30, $38, $40 now on H bar. It's going to be an up and down emotional ride today. Anytime you enter into the market, because the market's just so unpredictable today. This is a straight gamble. It's not even like it's like an uncalculated risk. The only thing that I was saying as to why I did the H bar purchase of this at 25.6 was because if you look here, right at the bottom of this fair value gap is right around 15,667 is right at the top of this support level right here. So there's a good amount of support right here at 15,668, which is where I bought, right? But you can see right here, this is the bottom of fair value gap. My goal and my intention of this is that now there's a weaker level of resistance right here. So it could work its way through this volume gap right here in the next 12 hours and hopefully get up here to 16. And that would put us right about in the middle of this fair value gap. My goal is to get to 16 cents. So going from 15.6 to 16 cents was kind of my goal in the next 12 hours. Again, that's just my goal. I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, that's just kind of what I'm shooting based off of, these indicators that are showing us here. Again, level of support right here. Our resistance is up here at 16, which is right in the middle of a fair value gap. I'm playing. That's the odds I'm playing. So again, to each our own on the odds that we play, but that's what I'm looking at and why I'm going a little bit against what the other indicators are telling me. Can you have a look at Sui? Curious if it's a good long. Let's take a look. You haven't looked at Sui today. Where are you, Sui? There you are. Yeah, similar kind of odd right now. Very similar style of what H bar is dealing with right here. 306 looks like 306 was kind of like 306 right now where it's at is kind of like this level of support right now. You got a layer in between here of volume that it could definitely work its way through to get to about 311, which is kind of where you want to be. So, I mean, based off the 4 hours, the same exact charting, dude. I mean, 12 hours looking like it's coming down. Day chart's definitely coming down. The 1 hours, this is where the thing is that the 1 hour is already peaked out up here. It could probably do something like this up here where we peak out and we do something like this. So that's where, I mean, H bar is in the same boat. We're already at the top up here. So the next couple hours could actually be good. 4 hour right here is looking decent. We're trying to get to, like I said, for this one, you'd want to get to like 1310. You know what I mean? 1310. And like I said, for H bar, it's 16. So we'll see if we can actually hit those. And as soon as I hit those, I'm selling. As soon as I hit those, I'm selling, and we'll recalculate. That's kind of my goal. XRP, same kind of deal, right? Here we are with XRP. We've already hit this fair value gap up here, but my goal is to get back to this 220. I don't even know if we're gonna get to 220, but I wanted to get back to this 217 marker, which is right up in here, about halfway through this volume right here, and then we'll hit this. There's a major line of resistance at 220 right now. If we could get to 220 here, dude, that'd be phenomenal. Right? If we can at least get back up and touch that. But I mean, that's a pretty far, how far is that? I mean, we're talking 2%. 1%. I mean, 2%. We can get back up on that 2%. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to play the top of these fair value gaps. And that's where I'm talking in the next 4 hour or next 12 hours. It was like my window of opportunity, I guess. And we'll see if it plays out. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. Same with Solana. We'll go back to Solana here. Solana's been very good to me. Again, going up here to 150. 150 is the level of support. I'm looking at straight volume and support levels here. You can see right here, 144 is where I bought, right on the top of this little, on top of this support level right here. And it's worked out really nicely. My goal now is to get to 150, which is right in the middle of this fair value gap on the 4 hour. If it gets to this 150, I'm probably going to sell. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm already 100% up. Technically, I should probably sell right now. I mean, I'm already, now I'm down 87. But yeah, I should have probably at 100% up. I probably should have sold and reevaluated. To be honest with you, that's probably what I should have done. But here we are. I'm streaming right now, and those decisions get negated when you're on the stream. I'm stuck in the messages on Discord and can't get into the chat. I've closed it. Sometimes you got to go into Discord, bud, and you're stuck. I'm stuck in messages on Discord. So just go over here back into, so if you're stuck in direct messages, just go back to the left side here and click A team, and then you'll be able to open back up in here. So yeah, just click right there, and then just make sure that you, in the start here section, you choose the rooms that you want to be in. So just choose like whatever room you want to be in. Hopefully that helped. Yeah, volume. I'm looking at the volume because again, it's just support levels, support and resistance levels. That's all I'm looking at here. Is if this falls down, where's it going to find level of support, and where's it going to break through in terms of resistance, and then where's it going to actually tap out on resistance? And like I said, I mean, I'm hoping that we get up here and hit this 150, and then maybe bounce back. But that's kind of because if I hit the 150, I've like almost 2x'd my investment, right? And that goes along the same lines as mostly anything that I've touched right now, So yeah, but we'll see today, like I said, we're already up $234. Technically, I should probably take profits on that, especially probably counterbalance, my H bar risk over here. So not showing only blue guy any and a message stuck there. Interesting, dude. Have you tried to like hard restart it and get back in? What is the yellow and blue? Yeah, the yellow and blue is volume. Yeah, exactly what Tim said. Okay, that's what I was saying. So yeah, other than that, I mean, that's really what we're doing right now. To be honest with you guys, I mean, outside that, the news is what it is. I mean, we're really hedging this against everything that's going on in the world with Iran and Iran and Israel. It's just kind of a wild ride. Liquidations are insane. Yeah, dude. I mean, rates are still, we had actually some really good reporting coming in today, right here. I think it came in the Michigan. What is it right here? I can't remember where the report was. Where was it? I was just reading it. The consumer report came in right here. Yeah, consumer sentiment rebounds. So you can see right here, consumer in the early parts of June took a considerably less pessimistic about the economy. Obviously, they're closely watched the University of Michigan survey and said for the headlines, estimated a 54 and a 15.9% increase from a month ago. On inflation, the one-year outlook tumbled from levels not seen since 1981, which we've talked about for years on this channel, 1981 being one of the worst years. The one-year estimate slid to 5.1%, 1.5% point drop, while the 5-year view edged lower to 4.1. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. So for the headlines, yeah, that's kind of what it is. Damn, dude. Consumers appear to have settled somewhat from the shock of extremely high tariffs. I mean, we're going to continue to rock and roll is basically what that's saying. So this is actually, it was a good report today. This basically was a good report today, but we're not really seeing it in the markets because the markets have been so brutal. I mean, it's been a brutal market today. So yeah, it's been a brutal market. It's been a little bit of a brutal market, dude. But we planned for that, dude. We planned for that to happen. So what's up, Chameleon? Good to see you, dude. Can't even get into Discord. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'll try something else, or I guess send me an invite because that keeps coming up. Okay, and you need an invite. Did you attach all your stuff to it? Arrow IPO is going. All right. All right. Let's see here. You think we test the 209 support again? It's a good question. I mean, yeah, we very well could, dude. Yeah, that's why I said I'm trying to stick to a 12-hour window here. I mean, that's a pretty good level, this 209, this like level of support. I mean, we broke down. The good thing is we didn't create a lower low. So we hit bottom here, didn't create a lower low, came up, and now we hit bottom again. So we have to really monitor this, where this actual 4-hour goes if we do something like this. Like I said, this is kind of what you got to worry about here. Kind of a very similar window, this window right here, and it goes up to here, and it's basically this RSI. Let me hide this right here. You can see this little bloop right here. This goes up above the 20, and then it goes up to about like 34 and comes back down. And usually when it hits the 34 across the board here, it usually tends to go back down. But you watch this window right here, which is right here, and you come up out of this, it creates a low, right? And then it comes up and it creates a newer low. So that's what you got to be careful of here, is for this to come back up. Again, we want it to kind of hit the top of this at like 217. And then, if it comes back down, we could be in for like a lower low. We could come back into like 205, something like that, $2 again. It could come down here into this freaking fair value gap. So something just to watch out for, especially because what you got to consider here too is if you take that same time frame, which you go back to this time frame right here, and it's right here on May, that'd be about roughly May. Let's see, so that was May 24th. Go to the day chart. Let's see what the day chart looked on May 24th. April, May 24th. Where are you at? March, April, May 24th. Yeah, not looking good, right? We're at the bottom. So right here, we're at the bottom of this. And that's where, I mean, that's where you got to consider we're at the bottom on May 24th. We're coming down. Dude, we're still coming down on this day chart over here. So we still have a lot of room for this day chart to settle down. I mean, that's the scary part here is that the day chart's still telling. That's what I'm telling you guys in the Discord. The indicators are still telling us to short. So this long is like I told you, this long I put in is a 12-hour long because the day charts are telling us to short still. This day chart's going to come down and settle at some point. You know what I mean? Usually they come down and settle. Like I said, right here, maybe we have a bounce back. We could do something like this. Oops. I was circling this over here, but we could do something like this on the day chart where we come down and we hit this and we bounce back up to all time, new highs, which is what we would like. That's what we would like. But you got to really monitor this because eventually it's going to come back down and settle. So it's just a matter of when. So just watch the day chart on this one. If this keeps dropping down to like here, then yeah, it's probably going to hit bottom, which means it's going to probably hit a lower low. Do you watch Blockchain Backer? He said this is the C leg, bottom is in. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't watch him. Yeah, we'll see what happens here, dude. We'll see if we can do something like this. I'd be cool if we see something like this, though. Like I said, this right here could be the same indicator that we're getting right here, right? We come down, almost the same exact thing, right? You create like this. There was a nice little bull flag off this one, though. Comes down. We came back up and then boom, right in this window, came down, boom, and then we hit this high. We could do the same thing here. Almost the same line, right? Which is what we're hoping for. We're hoping this happens here. We're hoping that we come down. We maybe have another, I don't know, probably day, 24 to 36 hours, 24 to probably 48 hours. We see what really happens here. And then we have another spike and we get back up to these levels. So any short position at that point would be screwed. So I keep getting wrecked on BTC. Well, Kyle, are you every time I go long, it goes down, and as long as I reverse and go short, the market goes down. I think one thing is just patience, right? Patience is really hard when you're margin trading. It's like the hardest thing to do is to have the patience. Trust me, dude. You'll see your product go. You'll see your numbers go down, and you'll start to sweat it. You got to just got to marinate it, dude. Just let it marinate. I know sometimes it sucks, and that's where you got to just be careful with your margins. And that's why I do isolated for a lot of my larger margins, just because you just never know. But lower your margins, dude. Lower your how much you're gonna do like a 10x versus a 20x, or do like a 5x versus a 10x. You know what I mean? Try to lower. Yeah, use lower leverage. That's a big thing. It gives you a bigger window of opportunity. Again, don't treat your margins like like you would like a meme coin. That's what people do. That's like get rich quick. They want to make like they want to turn their $100 into 1,000. Like that's really hard to do. So just try not to do that, I guess. Make sure you place limit orders. Yeah, make sure you place limit orders too, so you don't lose too much. It'll all be fine. Just be patient. If you can't be crypto, yeah, it's hard to be patient in this, dude. You got to really this will practice your margin trading. A lot of people treat margin trading like scalping margins is hard, dude. Like I don't know how people scalp. Like I can't scalp. Like I'll go. I'd rather put a position in and ride it through for 48 hours than try to scalp it. It's too difficult to scalp, man. And so people are putting in high margin, which you can do. Like, that's your style. Like do your style, bro. Like no one's telling you not to do that. Like that's just your style. Everyone has their own styles, and nothing against it. It's just not my style. But yeah, BTC, I just try to find ways to, and then, look at your leverages. Like right now, 14.546 is my leverage, or my liquidation. And I mean, even on this liquidation event right here, let's go back and look at our liquidation event on HBAR. I mean, even during this massive sell-off, we hit 15. So it's not even going to get close to my liquidation price. So last time we hit in the 14s was way back here in April when the whole tariff thing happened. So like, I feel confident with am I going to ride it all the way down to the 14? Am I going to actually like lose out that much? Probably not. I'll probably put a stop loss in and, at most take a couple $100 hit if I need to. which will be right around the 15 mark if I had to. So, yeah, I think knowing your liquidation prices are important, knowing where you're going to get liquidated at. I think that's super. I mean, that's probably one of the most important things to look at. We go here and we look at my H bar. H bar sitting at XRP sitting at 205 liquidation. I mean, again, go back and look at the last time we hit 205. Let's go back and look. When was the last time we hit 205 from a from a liquidation standpoint? I mean, even yesterday we went down to 206. 206. I mean, we haven't hit 205 since, again, April. So I'm not sweating. That's a 20x margin, not too bad. My liquidation price, the only one that's really worries me is this Solana, right? I did Solana at 50x. My liquidation price is 145. That's not that far away. So this is the one that I'll probably close before the other ones. I'll probably close this one. If this loses another, $50, I'll probably close it for $150 gain. You know what I mean? Sup, Austin? How do you think XRP will dip? How low? I feel like we have to watch the indicators, but I mean, we might have already hit our low. Maybe. Like I said, we have to watch how this plays out. We did everything in terms of math wise. Like I said, the day chart's the only thing we got to monitor. If this starts to go lower, we're gonna definitely get lower. So you gotta watch this RSI. Let me move the comment out of the way again. I'm really watching this right here. We got to really figure out this indicator on where this is going to go. Because again, if this dips, we're going to go all the way down, which will probably put us down. I mean, anytime we come up here, we definitely hit some pretty good lows. So if this bounces back off, then we can definitely go back up. So we got to really watch this next level if it goes past this 50 or not. That's just my big watch right here. It's just that. But again, the 4 hours working its way up, the 12 hours at the bottom. And again, you go back to that we go April, May 24th, right? Where was it at when we started to boom out of May 24th? Right. We were all the way over May 24th. So yeah, we're at the bottom. We're almost at the coming down. So yeah, kind of different how that all works out, but it's going to be, it's good for the 12 hour to be here. We'll be at the bottom here for like the next probably like 3 or 4 days. It could go sideways, and that's what we want the day chart to come back down and basically reset or bounce back up right here. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, and exactly what the low is going to be. We might have already hit our low. The 10% thing's real, dude. The 10% sell-offs on these things is real. We hit that 10% yesterday, dude. We hit the 10% here too. Look at this, dude. 10%, right? The 10% thing is real. Look at that. Last time the 12 hour, like I always do the 12 hour thing here. Last time the 12 hour hits the bottom, we hit a 12% or a 10% decrease. Right here. 10% decrease, 10% decrease, 10% decrease. I mean, 10% decrease. All these are like 10% decreases, give or take. And then they bounce back. And so we're already at a 10% decrease, and we just hit bottom here. So, or potentially hit bottom, and we're at 2 points away from hitting bottom. I don't know, man. Like I said, this is all just pie in the sky stuff, right? You're looking at it to try to give you the best case scenario. That's all it is, dude. That's all it is. Just trying to give yourself the best case. Hey, good looks. Thanks so much for becoming a member of the A team. You're officially now a member of the channel. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely go join that Discord. I saw link your YouTube to Discord, and then make sure you click on the rules and which one you want to be there. If all crypto continues to dump, are you just going to hold your bag? No, I'll probably put a stop loss in, dude. There's no reason to hold it. Like this one right now, it's coming down. Like I said, I'll probably end up pulling out. If this continues to go down, I'll probably end up pulling out like $1 at $150 and just say, hey man, I made $150 today. And then this one, it'll probably counterbalance what I have out there right now. So, you win some, you lose some. You can see right now I'm down $74 on my H bar. That's part of the deal, but we'll see how it plays out. And I might be out of this in the next hour. Who knows? You know what I mean? The only crappy thing is I'll be at a school event here in about an hour and a half. And so I got to really determine whether I want to stay in these trades and not pay attention to my phone at all during the day, or I want to get out of them because I'll be stressing about them all day. And so that's kind of where I'm at with it, to be honest with you guys. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just jump out of them because I don't want to stress about it. But at the same time, there could be, I could stay in it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you. I appreciate your input, but I had no problem, Sergio. What's up, Moto? Good to see you, man. Market is so predictable, like you said, very easy to train to trade conditions. Yeah, I mean, if you follow indicators, indicators could work in your favor. I mean, all it is just trying to help you decide what's best. Is volume low, very low today? Let's look at volume. Volume is actually up 41% today. Holy crap. Volume's up to 176.37 billion, up 41% in terms of volume. So I don't know if volume's low. I mean, that's a pretty good amount of volume. Gosh dang. Yeah, it's pretty good volume right there for sure. Yeah, it's pretty good volume. Wow. But here with Solana too, you got to think the hour chart is going to be coming down. So this hour is going to be potentially tapping out up here and coming back down. So something to watch out for as well. So I should technically close my trade on that one. I'll probably just do it right now. I'm going to close it. I'll probably close it right now. Actually, I didn't know you could do that. That was new. That's new. All right, I'm gonna close my. I'm closing my Solana right now. Just to give you guys a heads up. We'll close that bad boy. Do they make it? They make it difficult on the computer. They make it difficult. Wow, on the phone, it makes it so much easier. All right, we're gonna take my $153 in profits. We're gonna confirm, and we're just gonna do it. Actually, we're gonna cancel. It's going up in price. Hold on. All right, let's just call it a day. We're gonna take our profits and confirm it. There we go. Market close. There we are. All right. Solana is now closed. Yay, phone is way easier for sure. Yeah. I link my YouTube, still don't have access. Okay, so what you need to do, dude, is you link your YouTube and now go over to where it says start here. See where it says start here. And then you'll go over where it says rules, hit the checkbox right here, and then go down where it says choose, and then hit any of these little emojis, and you'll be able to get into those rooms. Dad life, I'm tied up. Sometimes work too. I wrap high end cars and get those deadlines. Sometimes I feel that, dude. I always think I wish I longed that crash, but never do out of fear. So I refuse to chicken out and longed everything at the bottom. Damn, Curtis, hell yeah, dude. That's the way to do it. Yeah, phone's way easier. I'm with you, dude. So, but my XRP, so the Solana one, the reason why I closed the Solana one is because my liquidation price is so close. Like I said, it's 145.50 was the liquidation price on it. Where these other ones like XRP, this one, my liquidation price is 205. And again, I'll probably hold this as a 20x margin. I'm not sweating this one too much. And then the other one I got to worry about here is my HBAR one, which this is the only one that's going to be like, this is $627 on a 50x margin. This one is going to be like, this is like the gamble of the day right here. I don't know how it's going to play out, to be honest with you. I told you my reasons as to why I did it. Whether that's going to hold true or not, I really don't know. I'm going to have to definitely put some stop losses on this to avoid being completely liquidated. I'm probably willing to lose like 300 of that 600. So I'll probably put something in for that. But the only reason why I try to avoid it is because I do feel like sometimes these exchanges seek out your stop losses. So what indicators do you have on for XRP? Really, I'm just the only thing very simple, dude. I just use the volumes. I use my fib, just to see where it's coming out. I use my fair value gaps, and then I use the RSI. That's really all I use, dude. I mean, you can really look at trends and see where things are going based off of that. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Just opened a SUI long for 25x. Liquidation price is 282, so feel good about it. Yeah, that's pretty good, dude. 282 is not too bad. $2.82 for a SUI. Just make sure, again, that's a good one, dude. I'll leave it at that. Oh wow, yeah, happy Father. Yeah, definitely happy Father's Day to everyone. You longing now? Yeah, we put in some small longs just for like a 12-hour window, dude. 4 to 12-hour window somewhere in that ballpark, and we'll see how it plays out. We will see how it plays out. The big thing is to not get greedy. That's the big thing, is to try to avoid getting greedy. When you get greedy is when you get caught. So, but all right, everyone, I'm gonna hop off here. I actually got to go I got to go hang something for the girls and get ready to go to their school for the day. It is their birthday, as you guys know. So yeah, I just appreciate everyone coming and kicking with me for the last 45 minutes. Markets are looking volatile as hell, man. Any trade or any play you do today, just realize that there's a high chance that you either get liquidated or you make money. That it's one or two. It's one or the other, man. And it's hard to predict, hard to project, but it is what it is. So hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Fridays. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to know, I'm using BTCC as my exchange where I do my perpetual trading. Links down below. Make sure you click on it. And with all that, love you guys a ton. And we're out. Peace out, everyone.